I was interviewed by Süddeutsche Zeitung, which is like the Times of Germany. It's the most respected newspaper, the most serious newspaper in Germany. And I was amazed. At the end of this interview, this guy says to me, "Do you think that Greeks are Europeans?" And I'm like, what? And then I reflected on what he was asking me. And I guess this is what he was asking me. Are Greeks relevant in Europe? What role does Greece play in the modern world? I guess this is what he was asking me. Because I have to assume that he understands that Greece has got some kind of central role in the history of this planet. This is what we aspire to, but this is what we produce. And there's a problem there. You can't produce frappe and aspire to a Porsche. There's an issue. There's a serious issue. Somewhere along the line, this doesn't connect. Especially if you've got that woman looking over your shoulder. You know, you can make it connect in some kind of way, right? But this is the problem. And in fact, this is a big problem because I fear that the European dialogue is increasingly becoming a Northern European dialogue. And that instead of being this beautiful mosaic, which was the original idea about Europe, it's becoming all about efficiency and about productivity and about the Protestant ethic, which is, you will work hard. No? So, you know, it's a bit of an issue there. So, that puts us under a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. So, my question, again, are Greeks Europeans? Well, you know, the reality is that we'll never be good Germans. I mean, forget it. Can't do it. But we have to become exceptional Greeks. So the issue is not, are Greeks Europeans? Are Greeks Greeks? This is our issue. We have to learn how to become Greeks again. I've kind of forgotten about that. I get a lot of messages and emails on Facebook and stuff, and some of them honestly make me weep, like this one. As a Greek, I need to say that I am Greek and not be ashamed of the bad comments I hear behind my back. Please do something to restore the hurt name of every Greek who respects himself and his country and always did. I have a need to restore my name as a Greek immediately. And I believe that you can do it best because the restoration of our living standards and a lot of other things will take longer. And she signs this, a proud Greek. I mean, that's it. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. And you know something? It's our duty. It's our duty. That has to exist. It really has to exist. There's good news, very good news. Greece has never had higher awareness than it's got right now. Open any newspaper in the world, and you're going to get 2, 3, 4 articles about Greece. At least one of them will be a headline article. Right? And by the way, it's not all bad news, but there's a lot of bad news, I admit that. But awareness has never, ever been higher. I guess that Americans now know where Greece is. Oscar Wilde made the following statement: the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about. And that is so true. We have got huge awareness today. Huge. Huge. And I believe, and I've always felt this, there is an incredible amount of goodwill towards this nation. Incredible amount. Travel in the Arab world, for example, and say that you're from Greece. Ah, Yunani. Yunanistan, right? I mean, you get this all over the world. People feel good about this nation. They love us, bottom line. There's a residual good feeling about Greece. And it's very strong. And it's not surprising. Here's a quote from Shelley. "We are all Greeks. Our laws, our literature, our religion, our arts have their root in Greece. Walk through Berlin, have a look at the Brandenburg Gate. It's Greek." And you get things like this. This is the 99% movement in New York City. And I want to read this. "Let us dedicate ourselves to what the Greeks wrote so many years ago, to tame the savageness of man and make gentle the life of this world." A quote from Robert Kennedy. And you know something? This planet is becoming pretty savage right now. The world needs Greece. But it needs a Greece right now. There's a Greece that takes. That's the image that we've got, that we are takers. And we need to become a Greece that gives. We need to become a Greece that gives. We need to take Zorba and monetize the love of life that's inside there. We need to make it worthwhile. By the way, I was in Australia recently, talking to the Greek community down there. Amazing people, by the way. And somebody said to me, "How can we help Greece?" And I said, "No. Don't help Greece. Connect with Greece for mutual benefit. Connect with Greece. But we have to be a Greece that gives." Okay, quiz. Which of the two screwdrivers would you buy? Anybody? All right, it's a trick. They're exactly the same. Now, which of the two screwdrivers would you buy? That's true, right? Greek screwdriver, German screwdriver. Even if they say to me, "Buy Greek," I want the German screwdriver. Okay? Because Germans make good screwdrivers. I was recently in Intelligent Life, and this is a quote from that article. "Ο Έλληνας δεν μπορεί να γίνει καλός Γερμανός, μπορεί να γίνει άριστος Έλληνας, να διδώσει ζωή, να δώσει ψυχή και πνεύμα, έκαστος στο είδος του." And we have to play our role as Greeks, not try to make screwdrivers, forget about screwdrivers. Life. Life is what we're all about. This is Greek know-how. This is what we're very good at, and we need to monetize it. And I want to read this little bit of copy over here. It says life. This is what defines the Greeks. It always has, and it always will. A respect for life gave rise to democracy. The meaning of life gave rise to philosophy. The beauty of life is expressed in sculpture. The dilemmas of life are played out in theater. The love of life is at the heart of Greek endeavor. And if we lose this love, we lose life and we lose ourselves. Because this is what makes us who we are. It's how we wake up each morning with the love of life. Life, this is Greek know-how. And when we utilize this know-how, we transform it into creative enterprise to be valued by the world. This is how we will reignite our economy and give Greece a meaningful role in the world, by doing things that Greeks excel at, by creating sustainable competitive advantage based on unique Greek know-how, the know-how of life, the love of life. It's for life. It's forever. And you know something? Life can only ever be the true measure of man's progress. And right now I feel that on this planet, it's not the case. That's why the world needs Greece. I've got some heroes who are doing this, and I'm sure this room is full of heroes. I want to tell you about a few of my heroes. Here's a guy called Stefanos Sitaras. He's 22 years old, he's made 44 movies. By the way, this guy's got half of his brain. The other half doesn't function, right? He's got the creative side. He's got his right brain, which functions perfectly well. The left side is messed up. So he's just like a creative machine, okay? Wim Wenders says, this is the next great immortal director. 22 years old. He's a hero of mine. Kostas Voyadzis, he owns a site called yatser.com, which is like one of the hippest, coolest designed lifestyle sites in the world. He runs it from Exarchia. And he's got offices in Paris, London, and New York. He's a hero of mine. Nikos Karathanos, who deconstructs Greek cuisine. 27 years old, one-star Michelin chef. He's a hero. Aris Kefalogiannis, GIA products, GIA, olive oils, etc. He's selling Greek olive oil, premium priced, 28 countries around the world. He's doing what we all should be doing with olive oil instead of selling it at €2 a litre to the Italians. Kostas Filiadis in New York, Milos, one of the top restaurants in the city. He's also got one in Montreal. He's got one in Las Vegas, another one in Florida, in Miami. He's got one in Athens. He's opening soon in London. This is no taverna, right? And Morphidis, crazy Paul F. Morphidis. You know, this guy, he says that, you know, he wanted to make mattresses. And he said, well, you know, what's the way that a Greek would make mattresses? Stuff it with seaweed. There's so much seaweed around, right? And then cover it with pure cotton, right? So all of a sudden he's got an organic mattress. Books, premium price. So it's one of the most expensive mattresses in the world. He then opens up a store in Soho, beautiful store, where you walk in, there's like an open plan kitchen in the middle, and there's like feta cheese and a bit of oil. And if you want a coffee, they'll make you a coffee, orange juice, whatever you want. And if you want to spend the night in the store testing a bed, you can do it. There's a room downstairs. Spend the night there. The best. He delivers his mattresses in a unique way. He's created this weird contraption. It's like a cart with 2 bicycle wheels. And instead of having 2 horses in front, it's got 2 bicycles. And he delivers mattresses in New York, in Manhattan. And everybody says, wow, there goes the crazy Greek. That's great, because we are crazy. That's beautiful stuff he's doing. Mary Katranzou, who is regarded as being the darling of the fashion world right now. This guy's amazing. George Kalumbaris, I met him recently in Australia, 34 years old. He's done the most amazing things for Greek cuisine and the image of Greeks in Australia. He's got a restaurant called The Press Club. Notice the name, The Press Club. Main Street. Not called Jim's Taverna, right? The Press Club. And it's Greek food, but it's like up here. All right? His latest endeavor is brilliant. It's called Mama Baba. And he says, my mama is Italian, my baba is Greek, and this is my food. So what he does is he pulls you in with spaghetti and pizza. Who doesn't like spaghetti and pizza? But all the Greek stuff's inside there. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. By the way, he's a superstar celebrity chef down there. Ariana Huffington, her name is actually Stasinopoulou. And if you hear her speak, she's got a very heavy Greek accent. Absolute vodka. This may surprise some people. The guy that I used to work for, my boss, Vasilis Tragos, Bill Tragos from Kalamata, is the founder of TBWA. And TBWA is the agency that created this phenomenon called Absolute Vodka. He's a hero of mine, big time. This project, Virgin Galactic, would not be happening without a Greek called Peter Diamandis, who is behind the X Prize. Alexander Payne, Greek. I guess his name might have been Panagopoulos or something like that. And I like what he says. It's actually really good. He says, I thank you for this award, though I think there may be a problem with a world in which making small, human and humorous films is an achievement. It should be the norm. That's the Greek spirit, is to be small, humorous and human. That's exactly who we are. I was amazed. I discovered that Mark Newson, who's like the world's top designer right now, his chairs sell for like $135,000 a piece, is actually Greek. I had no idea. I discovered this when I was in Australia. He's certainly a hero. I love what this guy does. And then there's my dog. No, I'm only kidding you. Andreas Meshin, who's actually talking at TEDx today. Andreas is a graduate of Moreitis School here in Athens. He's considered to be one of the top bioengineers on the planet. And what he's done, he's about 36, what he's done is he's deciphered, he's deconstructed the DNA of a dog's nose to create a biological machine which sniffs out cancer before you've got it. So there's remarkable endeavor going on. And by the way, Avatar, Jim Janopoulos is the man who made that. This photograph was taken in 2008, by the way, but it could have been taken today. I find it a remarkable photograph. And it could have been taken in Athens or Madrid or New York or London or many other places. And you know, this to me is the biggest danger that this country faces, is kids like this who will realize their dreams. All of you in this room, you will realize your dreams.